Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Welcome. We on our week 2, day 2, as we work with the fire element. We are reminded today that some characteristics that encompass the fire are gratitude, joy, anger, boundaries, triggers, it is the illuminator. And the body parts associated with fire, the arms, the chest, the ribs, the back of the shoulders, and so it's the second part of the body. And within this is also the heart. And in Chinese medicine, the heart is also the Shen, or the spirit body, or the spirit. So we interweave and partner with the concept that the fire is also our spirit. So, as we journey today, my invitation to you is to please do your best to sit up if you can. If you need to lie down, that is completely fine. Just make sure you feel supported no matter what position you chose. You'll begin to close your eyes. And begin to give yourself the opportunity to settle in. From macro movements to micro movements, we utilize our witness and just observe how the physical body is reacting to our position, and then readjusting as needed. We also take note how the body feels. Good. From this place, we'll start with just 3 gentle cycles of breath, nose to mouth. Breathing in from the nose, and breathe out from the mouth for 1. Breathe in from the nose, filling up crown of head, tips of fingers, tips of toes, if you can get the breath deep down into the body. Exhale. And one more at your own pace. Deep breath in. And deep breath out to empty. Good. Readjusting again as needed within the body. And we acknowledge how the breath shifts our energy to create change within. That change can feel like the body softening. That change can feel like maybe our emotional body begins to feel more at ease. And naturally maybe tying this into the mental body. Maybe it feels like the thoughts are slowing down. And so we honor wherever we are in this moment. Just taking that small note inside ourselves. And we zoom in on how the breath, even just 3 cycles of breath more specifically, can support us. And so we bring the air to the fire, and that air fuels the fire. And a transformation happens. Movement, a shift from A to B. So we acknowledge how both air and fire work together. We acknowledge that there is a dance always going on. And so we revisit these 3 types of breath that were spoken about in day 1. Nose to nose, which is the connection breath. Nose to mouth, which is the release breath. And then the mouth to mouth, which is the activating breath. For our exercise today, I'm going to ask you to utilize your hands. Our first 10 cycles of breath you will allow one of your hands or both of your hands on the chest. And then for the second set, you'll be giving yourself a little hug at the ribs. And again, just breathing for 10 cycles of breath. you're going to pick the breath that you want to work with today, or that feels most aligned. And you'll work with this breath, feeling it in your chest and also in your ribs. So this will be an active exercise for a few moments or a few minutes. And then we'll slowly allow ourselves just to be. Okay. Please place one or both of your hands on your chest, the middle of your chest more specifically, in your heart space. And first, just notice how it feels to place your hand or hands over this space. What is the pressure of the hands? Do the shoulders start to ache, or do they feel relaxed down the back? How does your jawline feel? Maybe your inner eyes or inner ears. Can you feel the warmth of your hands against your body, and how just placing your hands against your body can generate heat or fire? Good. Make any little adjustments with the body that you need so that you can invite in the ease in your bones here. Good. From this space, we'll begin to breathe. Full breath in, inhaling. And as you inhale, please direct the breath to the crown of the head, around the face, back of the skull, down into the neck, upper shoulders, middle of the shoulders or back of the shoulders, middle of the chest, through the arms, and all the way to the fingertips. And then exhale. Emptying out from that same space. We'll continue inhaling, filling up, and exhaling. Emptying out in whatever breath that you chose. You'll keep going, consciously breathing in and consciously breathing out. Please make note as you inhale what you feel. Can you feel the chest rising? Can you feel the chest lowering with each and every empty or exhale? Is there additional space that gets created in the back skull or in the wings or shoulders? Are your inhales and exhales fluidly moving in and out? Or is there a jaggedness? Are you stopping short? We have about 4 more here. Stay with the experience of the breath as you continue to breathe in and out. Notice what feelings arise. Notice if your awareness gets pulled out into something else, so that maybe you don't have to look at something or feel something. And on these next couple exhales, and these last few cycles that you'll take from this space, make sure that you're double checking the back of the throat. Make sure that if you were to open your mouth on the exhale, there is an ocean sounding breath coming from the back of your throat. This will help you to gauge the breath that moves out of your body and will increase the relaxation effect for your nervous system. Good. One last one, breathing in, filling yourself up again in this part of the body, feeling your chest rise, shoulders continuing to fill up with your oxygen and new energy down the arms, crown of head. And on this last one, try to see if you can elongate your exhale as much as you can. Good. Take a pause and simply allow some nose-to-nose breath to come into here. Passive. Just notice the changes. So we're stepping into this idle space or pause space so that we can really pay attention to, again, any changes that have taken place. Good. You'll begin to slowly take your hands now onto the ribs, and you'll give yourself a little bit of a hug here. So the right hand crosses over into the left rib cage. The left hand crosses over into the right rib cage. Let them be gently placed on the ribs. And try to once again invite your shoulders down the back. Noticing the pressure of the hands, the heat or friction. Notice if you're gripping or the hands are loose. Notice how it feels to hug yourself in this gentle position. And stay aware of anything else that is showing up. Can the body relax in this position? Is it creating more tension? Did you even know you had ribs? Notice trust. Remain attentive to what shows up in your awareness. Good. We now have 10 cycles of breath here. When you feel ready, you can begin to inhale. Again, picking and choosing the breath you want to work with. It can be the same breath. It can be a different breath. We'll pull the inhale in, allowing it to once again reach the crown of the head, inner ears, outer eyes, back skull, tops of shoulders, shoulder blades, chest, down the arms. But really give yourself a little bit of time here to explore your ribs. Are they moving? Do they feel stuck? Notice when you empty out, what happens? And we're going to continue to stay with this experience, filling up, inhaling, and exhaling to empty. And see if you can begin to create a bit more movement in your rib cage. In other words, can you feel your ribs expand on the inhale? And can you feel your ribs contract on the exhale? And stay with this for a few cycles. And as you continue to breathe in and out, notice what else is happening in the body. Notice if it feels foreign to be with your ribs, or maybe comfortable. The ribs are the guards for the lungs and the heart. And these very fragile organs are protected by these bones. And the lowest lobes of the lungs are in the ribs, or the lower part of the ribs where your hands are. And it's a part of our lungs that we often do not breathe into enough. So keep breathing in and keep breathing out. We just have a few more here. What do you notice? What is rising to the surface? Can you still keep that sound at the back of the throat? Notice how it feels to control your breath. How to consciously inhale and exhale. Maybe you can even hear your breath as it leaves. This beautiful breath that is life, that is spirit, that is fire. A change maker. An influencer. And an illuminator. And so taking your last breath, inhaling, filling up crown of head, all through the first part of the body, and then moving it into the second part of your body. Last really good one. And then empty out. Good. And then go back to the nose to nose breath. Allow your hands to relax to the sides of the body, maybe hands face down or hands face up, depending on what you need. You'll continue to breathe passively, just letting the body regulate itself. You'll begin to just notice the position of your body. Notice your connection to the earth as your body rests on it. And then taking your awareness back into maybe acknowledging any shifts that you've experienced in this session. What came up to the surface to be revealed? Did you learn something? Was it hard to breathe in certain parts of your body? What did it feel like to allow your hands to support your experience today? And how did the breath serve your practice? Is there something you would have done differently? And so you'll give yourself the time you need to slowly awaken. Utilizing those macro and micro movements as needed. Thank you for showing up for you. In blessings. Namaste.